What's good, YouTube? It's jazzlovesmma here, and I'm going to be talking about the awful card that is UFC 330. It's just got a fight taken off it, and it really drastically brings its stock down. Maybe not drastically, because the card already wasn't that good. A couple YouTubers have made videos on it, such as Bedtime. He made a video. I'm doing pretty much what I'm going to do today. And matchmaking for this card, because this card is pretty bad. As the thumbnail suggests, I think it's pretty buns. Yes, it's a card that has name value. Yes, it's a card that has fun matchups, bro. But there are 0 ranked fights outside of the 2 title fights, and one of the title fights isn't even that good. We have our Mackenzie Dern Glazers, we have our Jillian Robertson Glazers, maybe. The title fight, objectively, it's a decent fight, but I just don't think it is good enough to save this card from I don't know what apology has it here for, but a potential Edson Barboza Ribovic feature fight. I don't know what else is on this card. Luke A versus Gore is apparently on the main card. I saw this actually. I was looking at this card a couple of days ago, and why is this fight on the main card? Jeremiah Wills versus Overbite is on the main card as well. What are we doing? It's like you couldn't have gotten Overbite. I don't mind Overbite being on the main card. Against Wells is a disgrace. I don't even want to. Malik versus Stoltzfus? Dude, oh, these are prelims. They have 0 main card fights on this card right now. They think apparently to Topology, they believe all of these fights are prelim bouts. I was about to crash out. But I don't even mind some of these opening up the main card. Jalen Turner versus Kelly Fernandez, I don't mind opening up the main card. Even Jeff Neal versus Chidi Njokuani, I don't mind it. Neil Magny versus Ramiz Brahimaj, I don't mind that being the headliner of the prelims. But this card just lost a big fight, and one of the only ranked fights. Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Erin Blanchfield. And whether you don't like women's MMA, I hear people saying the card's saved, man. It just lost a big fight. This was going to be a maybe decent fight. It could have been a finish, honestly. Erin Blanchfield was decent subs. Jasmine Jasudavicius probably wouldn't have finished Blanchfield if she had won. But it lost a ranked fight. There's good fights on this card, yeah, I get it. But it lost one of its main card fights. And it gets moved to Edmonton. To be honest, I think it does deserve to be under a little bit more. I'm glad the fight's not off completely, but I actually would have rather someone pull out so you get someone coming in short notice or something. Because this is pretty bad that 330 doesn't even have this fight. What could replace it? I really thought the UFC's... I think the card has 9 fights now. I remember watching Bedtime's video. Shout out to Bedtime MMA. He said there was 10 fights when he recorded his video. He recorded 2-3 days ago. With this fight being taken off, I assume there are now 9 fights. I have match made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. That will get this card to at least 15 fights, or no way, not 15 fights, to about 14 fights. That's kind of average for the UFC, for big cards and stuff. The only time they really have low number amount of fights are for fight nights, like last weekend. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with fights that should honestly be on the main card. And I'm gonna start from what makes the most sense. Actually, when I was matchmaking these fights right now, I didn't even realize how little fights were on the card. So I think all these fights could honestly be put on here. Let's start with Sean Brady versus Yaroslav Amosov. Are you saying we can't get this fight, bro? Are you really telling me we can't get this fight? Just give us this fight. Sean Brady's from Philly. We need Sean Brady on this card. I don't care who it is. I think Yaroslav Amosov is the fight that makes the most sense, especially because the fight is a month away. So I don't really know what's the hold up. I don't know why the UFC, lately they've loved to make these fighters wait super long so that they get their fights announced. It's maybe even less than a month away. it's like two cards away, 3 cards away. Why not just announce his fight? Get Brady on the card. The only other guy I would have liked to see Brady fight is JDM. I don't think that's gonna happen. I really doubt he's gonna fight JDM. That's gonna be in 1 month, a month notice. JDM after taking all that damage against Protas. I think Armislav, they were on the same card. They both took probably about the same amount of damage. None. Get them booked immediately. And somebody who trains with Sean Brady, someone who's from Philly, someone who wanted to be on this card and has showed interest. Let's just get Joe Pyfer on here. Just get Joe Pyfer on here. And you can't even see one of the dudes that I have on up here for him. I'll move myself a little bit. Yep, some absolute magic. Oop. Kyle Barajo or Brennan Allen. The reason why I have an or there specifically is because I think Kyle Barajo is injured. There was a report I saw a while ago that Barajo actually pulled out of this fight because he had a rib injury. And I want to see him versus Brennan Allen. It makes sense for Brennan Allen. I don't think Allen is going to get the DDP fight. I really doubt it. He did take some damage against Shabazian, but that was a couple months ago. Get back in there. Earn yourself a big fight. Maybe a loser of a Strickland Imavov. Maybe you get yourself the DDP fight. We don't know when Imavov versus Strickland's going to get booked. Get this fight made. Get one of these two fights made. I want to see Pyfer versus Barajo. But if Barajo, or maybe you can just, if Pyfer wants to fucking sit in his ass with his fucking finger up his ass, do Kyle versus Brendan Allen. That's a fight I actually wanted to see, but I think it makes sense for Pyfer to fight one of these two guys. Compelling matchups too. Like they make sense. They're interesting, especially Allen versus Pyfer. I think that's what's most likely gonna happen. If it does, I feel he's more likely to take a short notice bout as well. I say more likely due to Burrell saying that he might be injured. So who knows? It feels like a couple weeks ago, this dude was talking shit about DDP, wanting to spar him hard. Dude, get your fucking ass in there, bro. Fight Pyfer. One of these two dudes fight Pyfer. I heard Pyfer say that if he wasn't gonna be on the card, if he wasn't main event, you're fucking retarded. You're not gonna be the main event on the pay-per-view. You're not getting a title shot. So I don't know who you think you are. Get on the feature fight, buddy. You probably be coming due to these fights being higher ranked, but you never know. And the third fight I want to see on this, another Philly associate, another person who trains with Sean Brady, Pat Sabatini. Just get Pat Sabatini's ranked opponent. Then you can say fuck off with him. Obviously, I booked Onama with Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood versus Byron Saunders could be a whole video on itself. That's just they don't like Nathaniel Wood. And I really doubt they like Sabatini. But I would like to see Sabatini on this card. And the reason why I don't think the UFC would want him to do this is because he's pretty boring. I really doubt they'll give him a ranked opponent. But I want to give him a ranked opponent. He's on a good win streak. And he gives another ranked fight to this card, which it desperately needs. And I think it's a good matchup. Either Nama maybe could find a slime out. He has decent enough grappling. Sabatini's pretty much a zero threat on the feet. So Nama could get a finish here if he wants. He has decently heavy hands. But Onama could also just get smudged against the fence for 5 rounds. Or for 3 rounds, sorry. I think this is a good main card opener. Or like just right before it. Or right after it. A fight that I think would be higher on the card than this one. But I think it's a lot more less likely to be on here. But I'm putting it on here anyway. Josh Hawker versus Sergey Pavlovich. I think this is a good fight, man. I think this is a good fight. And you might be wondering, Chaz, why does Sergey have a China flag behind him? Because this dude called Hawken out for the Shanghai card, or I think it's Shanghai, the Umar versus Yadong card. This dude is literally only fought in China cards. He fought Sasharin in China. He fought Waldo in China. This dude is an honorary Chinese citizen. So I'm making him rep it. And I think if anything, that fight might actually happen in China. But I feel like these two dudes are like the most likely heavyweights to take this type of fight. Short notice, heavyweight. You could put as the fight right before after the right before the feature fight. They're high ranked, so honestly, you could put them higher than Piper, but I really doubt they would want to do that because Piper, Brady, they're from Philly. You could put Sabatini under them because nobody gives a fuck about Sabatini. But I think this is a good matchup. It makes sense. The reason why I don't think it's gonna happen is because I just don't think it'll happen on 3:30. It's too late. Um, it might be put on like a different card, but I do think this fight could be made. I just don't think the timing and it being on this card specifically. Maybe we get Hockett versus someone else, but I don't think there's anyone else for Hockett. Maybe you could get Waldo versus Blaze to move over from Noche on this card. But that really kills any hype that Noche has. But I do like this fight. I wish it's on here. And I have one more fight for this card. I got one more fight. Nate the Train versus Tommy McMillan, bro. I don't think Tommy McMillan is gonna get in the Mexico card. If he's really about it, if he really wants it, get on this card. Get a slam over Nate the Train. Unk's over with. Retire him. Get your freebie. I know Zudicini was a freebie, but Montez was a tough matchup. You had a tough fight. Get Nate the Train. He's a decently sized name. People know him. He talks on the mic. You might get some trash talk. And if you put this on the main card, you can get a press conference out of them. Maybe talking shit to each other. Nate the Train in the UFC. Maybe get them talking back and forth. I don't know. I think it's a sick matchup. And if Nate the Train isn't fucking fully cooked, it could be an interesting fight. But he most likely immediately gets TKO'd in round 1 by McMillan. And yeah, I think these are the fights that you should be put on this card. Obviously, I don't know if they're gonna match Nate the Train versus McMillan short notice. McMillan's really big featherweight. I'm sorry, he seems like he cuts a lot of weight. So I really doubt he's gonna want this fight on short notice. But I think it makes sense. Unless you give Nate the Trains, I don't really know. I was just thinking of American prospects that have hype that could be put on here. And I thought against another American in Nate the Train. Maybe there's some other Philly fighters I'm not thinking about. Charles Johnson versus Ochoa might just be put on the main card. But I want to add an extra fight to this card. I think one of these two dudes could eventually be on here. I think this is the fight you should make. I saw someone on Twitter say, I don't even know who. Maybe it was Ernest the Freshest on Twitter. Shout out to him. But yeah, let me know, who do you guys think everybody should fight? I think all these fights can be made, maybe except for this one for the card. But I feel like you need these 3 fights. Well, obviously there's 4, but most likely Brendan Allen. I think you need these 3 fights at least, and this could be a sick addition. So yeah, it sucks that this got moved to Edmonton. I think Blanchfield. I just noticed that here goes from homish game for Blanchfield to homish game for Jasmine Jasudavicius. Wish Jasmine versus Blanchfield could have stayed on the card. It would have added on to this awesome shit, but honestly, these fights are pretty good. But none of these fights scream good main card fights. None of them do. And I think all of these do. So let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you guys like these fights? What fights would you guys add specifically? Do you guys like my camera being in the top left instead of the top right? I might do this from now on. I don't have any other videos for today or for this week. I'll catch you guys on the video on the UFC Abu Dhabi recap. Yeah, like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter, jazzlovesmma, and I'll catch you guys on Saturday. Early card. Enjoy it. Peace.